have 20% off La Prairie products. Well, I've never seen like La Prairie having like 20% off, and they did not advertise, so I just happened to scroll and I saw it. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just gonna share with you guys some of the Black Friday sales that I think are actually quite attractive. So if you guys are interested, then carry on watching. So okay, the first brand is Shanta. If you sign up to their newsletter, like the email notification, etc., they will have a 30% off, like a coupon, not coupon code, more like a invitation code where it's unique to everybody. That's from what I heard. And then you can shop for their products with 30% off store-wide. Okay, and right now I'm just going to share with you guys some of my recommendations. So this is going to be a little bit kind of long for Shanta because there's really just a lot of products that I think it's really worth buying, especially if you reside in Singapore and then you wanted to get it in US. Okay, so the price discrepancy is actually quite large. So I mean, if you can get the sale, then of course, but there are definitely some products that has already run out of stock and you will not be able to get it. For example, the Elephant eyeshadow palette, it's available in tanks but not available in the US website anymore because it was out of stock. So yeah, the first item I want to talk about is the the Chrome Luxe Eye Duo. So the one I have over here is a very luscious packaging, you guys can see, right? And then when you open it, okay, you have like two ginormous shadow over here. It is what I'm wearing today. Okay, I have an eyeshadow base underneath that actually allows the purple to pop much more. Yeah, but I thought like this one is gonna be really like pinkish kind of vibe, like this lilac color over here. But honestly, on my eyelids, I feel like it applies a bit more gray. However, is this color something that I regret? No. I find that their textures are very nice, and then the one that I have, which is in Kenya, is slightly more glittery than other shades. There are some shades that are more glittery than the others, so you have to do your swatches online and see which one is really the one for you. But I feel like this one is worth the money because the colors are pretty metallic and pretty glittery as well, which is why I like it. And this applicator that comes with it is a silicone applicator. I think it looks really cute. So after I finish this palette, or you know, when I am done with the palette, like it's expired and whatnot, I would definitely keep this applicator because it's very useful. Okay, rather than buying that, you have one from Shanta. Okay, so that's one. Another one is also another eyeshadow palette, which is from Spring Collection 2020, I think. It's the Shanta and the Hummingbird collection. The Cool Quartet is no longer available, so you guys can forget about that, but this one is still available, and I would want to recommend this one because it's just very beautiful. First, it comes in a very neon green packaging, and then when you open up, you have like this paper, right? The shadows, the colors are beautiful. So over here you have a very metallic, like champagne kind of like coral color, which is very metallic, which I love. And then I usually use it in the center of the lid or all over the eyelid, and then I use this brown. So this brown darkens up a little bit on my skin tone, so I usually use that as the outer part, like the inner corner of my eye and the outer part of my eyes, like for an halo effect. And then I pop this one. This one is the duochrome shade, so it has like glitter that shifts a bit gold and pink, which is right up my street. And then the base of it is more like a warm I want to say gold color, so it really makes the eye pop. And then over here, this is like a metallic with like slightly bigger chunks of silver glitter. A lot of people, or maybe just me alone, I feel like this one is just going to be a turn on for me. But honestly, if you put all of them together, you use these as your outer corner, like accent color, or use it to just carve out a not so perfect cat eye. It looks beautiful because this grey is soft enough to tie the whole look together. With the silver flakes, it just, you know, in certain lights, it just catches the light and it looks very beautiful. And then if you think that by using a powder shadow it did not give you enough dimension, you can definitely wing it with a liner as well, and it just makes the whole look so nice. It's just soft, but so pretty, you know, it's just beautiful. So I highly recommend this eye quartet. Okay, this is the Hummingbird Warm Quartet. Okay, so I love this one, so you can get that as well. It's still available, and I'm actually thinking of getting a backup. But then again, if you are a makeup collector or an enthusiast like me, you have so many eyeshadow palettes or eyeshadow singles to go through. It just doesn't justify, you know, purchasing another palette. So yep, but I do recommend this one a lot. Okay, so those are the eyeshadows. The next one is their eye luminescent eyeshadow, the one in the single with the animals printed on the individual packaging. That one is in my wish list. I really wanted to get it. I have 4 colors that I think are very beautiful. So the other 2, they are new ones. They are the zebra and the crane. I think that the zebra is definitely a must buy because it's like the rose gold color, which it's just like my type. And then the crane is very similar to this darker shade, the outer color shade from Kenya, but that one is a little bit more like rich than the Luxe Duo eyeshadow palette. So I'm also quite looking forward. And then the other 2 that I think you guys can get would be the cheetah, because I feel like champagne type of colors are just very easy color to just throw on for a single shade and bring like brightness to the eyelid when you don't want to overdo your eyes, you know. So some of the shade on the eyelid and an eyeliner with a little bit of mascara, you're good to go. And then the next color is Pangolin, because I just really like dusty lilac colors, like with a bit of pink, a bit of purple. I just love it. But what is keeping me from getting Pangolin is because I'm very scared it's going to be like this color where it appears more purple gray than purple pink on me. So, you know, but I think zebra and the crane are the colors that I think I will be getting this time around. Yeah, and then yeah, that are all the eyeshadows. And then I'm also thinking of picking up the blush, the single blush, because I've really enjoyed this like this summer collection, you know, highlight and shake duo. I have both of them, the rose one and the coral one. It's what I'm wearing today. This is not available anymore, but I am impressed with the blush, so I really wanted to try the ones in the singles. So the one that I'm looking for is actually the monarch butterfly one, as well as the one with the turtle, which is like a deep apricot. I like that kind of color, so I think either one of those I'm gonna pick it up. And the other one is actually their flat brush, which I will put a picture over here, because a lot of people rave about the hummingbird, you know, this one, the setting powder. But for some reason when I use it, I feel like it's a bit heavy on my skin. So I'm not sure if it's like the brush that I'm using or whatnot that is like not correct. So I'm thinking of getting that brush to use a couple of the powders to see if it gets the effect, or maybe, you know, just personal preference that I feel like this powder is just not lightweight enough. But I wanted to really use it with the right equipment before I give it any judgment to the powder. So I'm thinking of getting that brush. The lip veils is also something that I am really interested to get, as well as the new matte stylo that recently came out. But then again, I don't think I'm gonna get it this time around. But I do recommend, if you guys really like balmy lipsticks, is because I think those are something that I really want to try. However, for me, because right now with the pandemic we have to wear masks majority of the time, and it just doesn't work with me when I think of I have to put on the kind of lipstick that can transfer. So I usually go for tints or liquid lipsticks, so I don't think I'm gonna use that much out of it, so I'm going to put that aside. But if you want to get a lipstick from there, highly recommend the lip veils. The one I think it's called Tamarind. It's the Elephant collection. The deep brown color is just so rich and so beautiful. And then I think it's like Mellow Sweet in the Stylo Matte line. That one is a beautiful nude. Okay, then next one I think is this one. This is the Real Bronze from Shanta as well. Yeah, so this is in color Goa. I did put a little bit over here at this area. I feel like in real life it gives off a bit of like a redder vibe, but in camera I think it looks okay. So yeah, but I feel like Goa is a color that I think will look better if you have more like a cooler undertone for your skin tone. So for me, if I were to choose again, I will actually recommend Serena. But I think if you guys want to get something, this one is also something you guys can try. And then yeah, and then the last thing is under skincare. Okay, the previous time I bought the rose spray, but I haven't used it, so I can't give any comment about that. The other thing that you guys should try is this one over here. So this is the Shanta Biolifting Mask. Let me tell you guys this. When I first used this, I was looking through one of the YouTubers. She actually recommended to apply this one for 20 minutes and then use a cotton pad that is wet with your toner, remove it so you have some kind of residue on the face, and then you go to bed and the next day your skin is super plump. But then I think maybe her skin tone is drier, or like her skin is slightly more mature, so it works for her. But for me, the next day there's a red bump, like there's an acne, you know. So I don't recommend doing that. But the next time I tried it is because my skin just feels really dry. It feels parched. It's not scaly, it's not dry, flaky, but it feels parched. And I use this alone. Okay, and then the next day my skin really feels so good, looks so good. So I feel like if you are the kind of people who are always rushing for time and don't have time to like mask your face and give it tender living care, but you also want your skin to be protected or feel plump or feel like nourished, I think this is a very good skincare to add in your skincare routine. Okay, so I also kind of forgot to mention that from Shanta, the Future Skin foundation, the oil-free gel foundation, is also something you guys can consider buying from the Shanta website, because it is something that gives you the finish like your natural skin. It doesn't have a lot of coverage, but it does give you the type of like no makeup look. So it just gives off a very nice like dewy finish, and at the same time it just, I don't know how to say, it just make sure like your complexion is not as sallow, and then it just color corrects it and just gives the most beautiful dewy glow to your skin, like it is healthy. So that one is something which I am very tempted to get in another shade, which is vanilla. And yeah, that's it for Shanta. So that's 30% off for Black Friday. Now moving on to Beauty Bay. Okay, Beauty Bay, I think that if you guys, I think they have 30% off certain brands and whatnot, so you guys can go and check them out. But for me, if I wanted to get something from Beauty Bay, I think there is two brands that I'll focus on. First one is Nabla, which is their highlighter, their glowy blush, as well as their bronzer. Those three are the ones that I really wanted to try. But yeah, I'm yet to get them. And the next brand is Ofra. I know it's very late, but I've heard so many good things about Ofra and it was just overwhelming to choose, and it's not exactly that affordable, or like that the price is not as like nice, you know. Yeah, so but this time around there is a palette that has a lot of the ones to try, so I think I'll be getting that one if there is a good deal. But there is 30% off, you know, certain brands or whatnot, so you guys can check that out as well. And then next one is Cult Beauty. So Cult Beauty also got 30% off right now. The only thing I know that it doesn't include inside is actually the Victoria Beckham Beauty, so that's a bummer. But Charlotte Tilbury is on 30% off certain selected items, I think. And then on their website, okay, for Charlotte Tilbury, they also have 30% off. And I think if you buy a certain price amount and above, they give you a free eyeshadow palette quad. So yeah, so the first thing I think, if you're getting anything from Charlotte Tilbury with the 30% off, the first thing to get is their Cult product, which is this one. This one is 2019's Christmas or holiday collection. This year they have another one, which is slightly different, but it's the same product. And then they also come with a mini version that you guys can try, which I think that is absolutely beautiful and gorgeous and smart. It's just very smart because it's a good way to try, right? So the mini is really good. So this is how it looks like, and then this is what I have, you know, around the perimeter of the face, slightly over here and here, because it's slightly lighter. So I also use it as a nose contour. And then I use the highlighter, which is, it's subtle but not that subtle. So this one is very difficult to say. I feel like it sometimes when I apply it, it's not as bright as I want it, or as, you know, snatched as I want it. But sometimes when you want a subtle highlight and you apply it, you feel like, oh, this is quite glowy. So this is the type of feeling that I have when I'm wearing this highlighter. So I don't know, I feel like this is the highlighter that you would just throw on and don't have to worry about anything. This is like a lazy highlighter, but yeah, this product is really good. And the other one would be the whole entire eyeshadow. I think that was like a 12 shade eyeshadow palette, which I'm going to lift up here. I think that one is also really, really nice. So those are the products that I will get from Charlotte Tilbury. And then next one is Pat McGrath. Yes, Pat McGrath. Okay, I haven't really opened up a lot of that thing. Okay, so I did use their highlighter. Okay, because I was waiting to do like an unboxing. Oh, where's my highlighter? I don't know where's my highlighter, but okay, I highly recommend you guys check their Mothership palettes. I bought 2, yet to try, but every single time I swatch it, I'm like, oh my god. Okay, when I swatch it in store, and I remember vividly how much I wanted those. So you guys can get their Mothership palette because it's 25% off unless you reach $150 US dollars and above. You guys will have 30% off. The previous time I've got, I think the best sale was 25% off, but right now they have 30%. So if you get like 2 Mothership palettes, it's over the price. So yeah, and then they also have the holiday collection, which is the Divinity palette, which I think for the price and the amount of shadows, that one is really, really worth it. And yeah, there's a lot of holiday stuff and whatnot. Okay, I will not recommend their lipsticks because I find that their lipsticks go bad quite quickly, unless you are the type of person that have one lipstick and then you use it all the way till it ends before you throw it out. Then you guys can get it. I'm wearing Omni right now, which in the camera looks a little bit more orange, but in real life it looks much more like a mauve. Okay, but my favorite is 1995, but that one turned bad. And then I have a couple of their white ones that also turned back quite quickly. So yeah, so that is just something to take note. And then if you guys have a darker skin tone than me, and then I think you guys can pick up the highlighter. I saw the swatches, I was very tempted to get that, but I didn't because I think it's gonna be too dark on my skin tone, because I prefer highlighter to be like really, really bright and light. Like I like the kind of white gold or like silver color type of highlighter, because I feel like highlight should bring more light than shadow. So I think if you use a very dark highlight, like a highlight that is slightly darker than your skin tone, it might actually kind of like darkens the highlight, which I don't like. So yeah, but the highlight is a beautiful, beautiful highlight, unless you have like a darker skin tone than me. If not, I would not recommend getting that. But if you are darker, like a chocolate baby out there, get that. Okay, so Pat McGrath, 30% off. I think 30% off is like the best I've seen this year. Yeah, I wouldn't have said like maybe previously they had better sales, but this year I think when I look at Pat McGrath, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, for 30%. And if you're thinking like, why don't you just get from Sephora Singapore? If you do the math, right, it's $130 for one Mothership palette, Singapore dollars, if you buy from the Pat McGrath website. But if you buy from Sephora, I think it's $185 times 0.8. You still have to you still have to pay 148. So you're technically still saving 18 bucks. And if you can get that's, and $130 Singapore dollars is when it is with 25% off. So if you get 30% off, you save even more. So do your math and you guys will know. Yep, and then the highlighter trio, I love it, but I just don't have enough space to wear it today. So yes, right, so that's Pat McGrath out of the way. Just let me summarize really quickly. Mothership palette, Divinity palette, highlighter, and maybe those like, you know, quads, like the Mothership small ones, that this, and then the highlighter, the trio and the normal highlighter. So those things are the one I will recommend. Lipsticks, I like the matte formula. I also really like the ones in the white packaging, but if you guys have a lot of lipstick and you hardly reach out for the same lipstick for a very, very like short time, then I would not recommend, because it go back really, really fast. Next one, the other two products, or the other two brands, are more like for Singapore focus. Okay, so I realized that Metro actually have 20% off La Prairie products. Well, I've never seen like La Prairie having like 20% off, and they did not advertise, so I just happened to scroll and I saw it. That is at Metro. So a lot of things are out of stock on the Metro website, but I'm not sure if it is 20% off in stores. So I'm not sure, but I'm gonna check, and if it is, I will link it down below. Okay, yeah, there's a 20% from La Prairie, because usually, right, La Prairie, La Mer used to be like the best deal was to get in tanks when they have the 12% rebate, but now it's 20% off for La Prairie in Metro. La Mer don't have Sisley as well, they don't have that sale, but La Prairie is 20% off. But then if you are like a La Mer lover, you can wait for Sephora's 20%, because La Mer is in Sephora's second now. And then next one is YSL. So YSL also have a 20% off, but it is only for the 20th, 21st to the 22nd of November. So this video is going to go up at night of 20th November, so you got Saturday and Sundays to go and get it. It's 20% off everything. So a couple of things that I will recommend getting. Okay, I think like if you guys, like I said, you guys really like stains and tints, you guys would probably like this one. So this is the water stain. I have 3 colors, but this one I'm holding right here is 613. So this one is the redder one. I feel like this stain is very watery. It's very reminiscent of the Glasting water tint from Roman, but it doesn't have as much of like a full body as that, but the glow is very similar. Like you let it settle a little bit and then it kind of become even more glossy. This one has staining effects, but the staining effect takes a while to settle in, so you have to apply and then really wait for it to set before you clean it off. And then I also recommend getting darker colors because it just penetrates your lips and stain your lips better. So this is 613. And then yeah, if not, 617 is also really nice. It's like a very popular color. Okay, and then okay, this one, I think that when Rouge Volupte, okay, was a very hot thing, I think that their lipsticks are like fake moisturizing at that point of time, but I think they revamped the formula. Nowadays the Rouge Volupte Shine, the oil in stick, are actually pretty moisturizing, you know. So I think they changed the formula, so it's really moisturizing this time instead of being like fake moisturizing. Like back in the days when I used those like the Rouge Volupte Shine, I feel like, yeah, it's very moisturizing when I apply it, but your skin still flakes with it on, you know. So that was a no-no for me, but I tried this one. I think this one really is quite moisturizing, and I have like the whole swatch of the Milk Tea series of the YSL collection over here. I'll link it here and then you guys can check that out. But this is the color. This is 148, which is a beautiful color over here. Okay, it's a bit of like coral that is a bit darker with hints of brown, so you guys can go here and check for the swatch. This one is also something I would recommend. And you guys were like, you know, but just now you were saying that don't get balmy lipsticks. But if you guys have like really dry lips and then you guys prefer to use, you know, balmy lipstick, this one is the one you can get, right, from YSL. Okay, but for me, even if I haven't got this one, I wouldn't right now because of the situation. Okay, and then I love my velvet cream, you know, the kind of velvet lip stain kind of thing. I really like this one. Okay, so if you guys are like me, you guys can get this color. This is the velvet cream from YSL. Okay, the color that I would recommend is 210. It's a very nice muted, very pretty, soft, rosed kind of color. I love it. Beautiful. Okay, but you have to be careful of transferring. But then again, I want to tell you guys this thing. I've heard that from Roman. There's this thing called lip matter. According to the live streamer and what he demoed, it really did mattify the lipstick, and then it actually prevent transfer. But I'm not really sure if you really were to rub it with force will it come off. But apparently when he did this, it did not transfer, and it's actually like a lip balm, so it moisturizes, keeping it matte as well as keeping it from transferring. So you guys can try that, okay, if you guys are really into velvet lipsticks or those balmy lipsticks. But then again, if you want balmy lipsticks, the lip matter mattifies it, so that's something to note. But you guys can check that out. And then the next thing that I think, the lip sticks are also alright, but I think choose the color that you are really into, okay? But then again, have to blot them away. And then I think the next one will be the liquid lipsticks, the Tatouage. I think I pronounced that correctly, I hope. But those liquid lipsticks are really thin and they feel really comfortable. I personally really like it, so that one is something that I will highly recommend because it does not transfer. And then if you are like me, you prefer the kind of glowy finish, the YSL, this particular cushion is beautiful. I tried it in stores, on my hand, I love it and I lust over it. So if I have the ability to purchase, I will purchase that one. So yeah, this is my Black Friday recommendation, and if you make it here or make it till now, then a thumbs up to you guys, and I hope that you find this video informative, and then I will see you guys soon. Bye.